Attention! Attention! And now we welcome to the grand trivia stage our great leader, our grand Aquarium Emperor, the trivia master of this age, the past age, the upcoming age, and ages unknown. Please welcome Grand Triviamaster Fluval. Oh, that was a bad noise. Sorry, Master. Let's try again. Fluval. Oh, that's not. We must find the noise to pay tribute to all 5 dimensions you hold in your control. Yes, the fake trumpet for Fluval.
Hello, we were muted. Hello, and welcome to Grand Trivia, the only trivia show in any dimension where the points do matter and losing will cost you everything. Live from an undisclosed location, I'm Fluval, Grand Trivia Master of the Grand Aquarium Empire, and with me, as always, is Intern Kristie Dagger.
Hello, everyone. Hello, we're so glad to be back, extracting your suffering via the glorious medium of trivia. As you can see, we're here from the Escape Pod.
Yes, everything's fine. Everything's fine here now.
Perfectly fine.
Thank you.
See,
how are you?
What's wonderful about our system, the studio system in which we have many, many interns, is that while they do not have the right to, be paid or leave, they have the right to riot on behalf of Fluval. That's right. So right now there is a massive intern riot happening because you all are not suffering enough. What's with that? This is your fault.
This is all of your fault.
They're suffering on behalf of the wonderful Fluval and the suffering that he...
Yes, and I'm letting you see your sound alerts, but not hear them.
No, it's suffering. It's so that you suffer. So I'm so glad, Fluval, that you're actually in the undisclosed location, wherever it is that you are, because of course you're incorporeal, and only I have to be here.
Yeah.
Corporeally in the sort of cozy. We're cozy here.
Yeah, I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
Yeah, we're cozy here in the pod. Visual alert, yes. Was your ship the meteor that burned up over NYC recently? You know, our interns, they're the best in the biz.
The best in the biz.
The best in the biz. When they riot, you're going to see it from whatever planet you're on, so... Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you'll know when we come to your planet. Don't you worry.
Suffer like G did, yes.
Also, recently, happy 8-year anniversary to Pokemon Go to the Polls. That happened while we were gone.
That did. It absolutely did.
They are the best in the biz, a hoop named Maddie, and if you want to be among the best in the biz, you can go to crowd.live and enter the code CYLTZ, where you can join us our game of Evil Dead trivia with players like Void and presumably others, but so far only Void.
That is in fact how the dinosaurs became extinct. That was around the time of the last intern riot, isn't it, Flu?
It is. I mean, you know...
There will be harbingers. You will notice them on your planet. Things will seem to be getting just like...
Yes, and all of them will be named H. Harbinger.
they will all be named H. Arbinger. Things will become more and more absurd.
Yes.
The nature of suffering will be very diverse across your world.
So many types of suffering.
So many types of suffering.
New and untold types. Like getting your Fortnite
BattleBox,
account hacked.
Yes.
I get it now. So Groovoid, like groovy. And Groovy Walk Run and S-Mart Shareholder.
I love this.
Welcome to our game of trivia. There's still plenty of time for you to join our game of Evil Dead trivia. Intern Kandarian Dagger, what's your background with the Evil Dead franchise?
Well, I never watched the first one because I hear it's a horror movie.
Yes.
But I have watched the one where with the boomstick.
Or Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness, where they're back in time. Love some time travel.
Army of Darkness is my personal favorite. That and the TV series, Ash vs. Evil Dead.
And the TV series, which I just love. Love, groups of unlikely teens and 20-somethings and Bruce Campbell running around summoning demons. We love this.
Speaking of, welcome. I wish Bruce Campbell was my dad to our game of trivia.
I too wish that.
I don't. I'm glad I was decanted from Grand M. Barack on the boundless enclosure of the endless fish tank. But were I a lowly third-dimensional being, then, you can't do better than him as a father.
True.
Father Bruce.
Father Bruce.
The ancient Sumerian Book of the Missy, and this is my blog stick. Joining our game of trivia, be sure to sign in while you can, which is forever because you can also join once our game is underway.
We are an equal opportunity suffering acceptor here.
And Missy, thank you for the resubscription. You've been subscribed for 20 months. And you see your message was Fluval. Missy did a Fortnite, a proper one. And actually, you can play as some relevant characters in Fortnite. And hello, Necropala Konamicon. Bruce has a con in Chicago. You can probably go and ask him to adopt you. What would you think if I said I haven't seen Evil Dead 2 yet? I would think you're not the only one on this stream who hasn't seen Evil Dead 2.
Some people don't like horror movies. Sometimes they see like one horror movie a decade and it shakes them to their core.
But what you have seen is Evil Dead the musical.
Yes, oh my god, it's so good.
And that retells the story of the first two movies, so you know what happened.
With music, and they give you big sheets in the front row so they can splatter you with blood.
It's the line from High Fidelity. Oh, well, is it... Who has that line at High Fidelity?
What's High Fidelity?
It's a movie with John Cusack. He works at a record store, and Jack Black. It was one of Jack Black's big movies.
Oh.
That popularized the D.
The D?
Tenacious D.
Ah, I see.
You know, him and KG. Which is on hold for now.
On hold for now.
John Cusack says it to Jack Black. And hello, Medieval Dead Fadson and Necronomicon Phenomenon.
Ah.
The second movie is also a retelling of the first. Absolutely. Yes, that's right. You're right. Me and KG and Lee, that make three. Yeah, it does make three. Clap your little tiny zaws. The character assassination of Kyle Cass by the coward Jack Black. Oh, we need that Western made immediately.
Yes!
I have my next name figured out, too. Oh, I'm glad you do blog. Well, that means I think we need to get our game underway so Blog can enter his second account, and you can join for the first time anytime. And there's the iconic crowd per gong. I know you heard that.
I like that we're giving out comedy points.
Yes, I'm glad we're reclaiming comedy points from Chris Hardwick. But here's your first question. In Army of Darkness, Ash has to say Klaatu Barata Nikto to safely retrieve the Necronomicon. That phrase debuted in which film? Attack of the Crab Monsters, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, The Day the Earth Stood Still, or The War of the Worlds? Wrong click, says Missy Information.
Disastrous click!
And I'll tell you, I will confirm that was the wrong click. You did get it wrong, Missy. So far, S-Mart Shareholder has gained the most points on this question, but let's see. I mean, I guess we know that will continue. Oh, and as an S-Mart special, none of you lost points on that question for getting it wrong, but don't you think that'll continue as the game moves forward?
Also picked wrong. Love this.
Yes,
uses
they were.
character slash species.
Yes.
By Georgie.
By Georgie Lucas. Klaatu is a Nikto.
Klaatu is a Nikto?
There's a Nikto. The Niktos work on Jabba's sail barge in Return of the Jedi, and Klaatu is one of them.
Wow. Good job, George. Good job. Can we just round of applause real quick for Georgie? Are we all counting?
He was like essentially.
Are you round of applauding? I can't see you from the pod.
I am.
Oh, I meant them.
Yeah, I know you did.
I fully trust anything that you want to do is the correct thing.
Of course it is.
To be done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good job.
Well, let's see what you picked. That sounded trippier.
I'm like right here at Attack of the Crab Monsters.
Why does that sound so trippy? Wait.
What are you hearing that sounds trippy?
The sound effect for the switch to this was trickier. Anyway, one of you said Attack of the Crab Monsters. 3 of you said Invasion of the Body Snatchers. 5 of you said The Day the Earth Stood Still. 1 of you said War of the Worlds. The correct answer is, of course, The Day the Earth Stood Still.
It stood still. It stood still.
It did, and that was...
Only for a day, though.
Yes, and in The Day the Earth Stood Still, that was the phrase that would stop Gort the robot from destroying Earth.
Should have destroyed Earth.
Which is a shame. It should have. I mean, Gort, you really let us all down.
Really did.
As did our leaderboard, where S-Mart shareholders in first with 896 points, Necropolaconomicon 10 points behind. This is my blog stick in third. I wish Bruce Campbell was my dad in fourth. Groovoid in fifth. Groovy Walk Run in sixth. The Ancient Sumerian Book of the Missy in seventh. Necronomicon Phenomenon in eighth. Lil Radio in ninth. And Medieval Dead Fadson, the only person to lose points on that question because they answered after I switched that setting over. Suffer!
Suffer!
I mean, that makes
you in particular must suffer!
That makes answering last look like answering second, look like answering first.
Ha 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 ha!
I'm Gort from Ort. Ahu, ahu, Nikto, Nanu. Nanu, Nanu, indeed, was
Nanu, Nanu, indeed.
As we go to question number 2. What was the working title for Army of Darkness? Ash vs. Evil Dead, Bruce Campbell vs. the Evil Dead, The Army of the Evil Dead, or The Medieval Dead? Seen here is Bruce Campbell from an Evil Dead movie making a funny face.
He makes the funniest faces.
He is like a living Looney Tune. Like he's like handsome enough to be a leading man, and yet can do this.
And yet strange enough.
And yet such a weirdo to be in all of those Sam Raimi movies.
Necronomicon phenomenon.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Imagine if he was the lead in Darkman. Wouldn't it be great if he had been the lead in Darkman instead of Liam Neeson?
Sorry, what?
Wouldn't it have been cool if he was the lead in Darkman instead of Liam Neeson?
Yes.
And Darkman got to just be this unhinged.
Yes. I don't know what Darkman is.
We watched Darkman together.
We did?
Yes. It's where he's a superhero who can who loses all his skin in a fire and like makes fake skin to put on and disguise himself as various people.
I have no recollection of this.
I am shocked. That's such a shocking movie to be able to forget.
It doesn't even ring a bell. Like, what?
Yeah, it was in 1990. It was based on a short story. He's the scientist Peyton Westlake is attacked and left dead by ruthless mobster Robert Durant after his girlfriend, attorney Julie Hastings, Frances McDormand, runs afoul of corrupt developer Louis Strack Jr., Colin Freese. And then, they try to treat his burns, and instead it gives him superpowers, and he gets consumed by vengeance.
Vengeance, lovely thing to be consumed.
Oh, there was also a video game of it called Darkman 64.
Darkman 64.
You'll never guess what console it was for.
Well, apparently Darkman looks like the guy from Hellraiser who comes back to life, Frank, because he doesn't have any skin.
Well, no, I mean...
Is it on Sega Saturn?
Yeah.
Ooh, CDI.
Yeah, because it was on Sega Saturn, because Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Yeah, his face is like all charred and stuff.
Oh, so he looks like a Harvey Dent.
He looks like Freddy Krueger or Harvey Dent more.
I am
But he wears bandages to look like the Invisible Man, you know.
the glooped man.
Anyway, let's see what you picked. One of you said Ash vs. Evil Dead. None of you said Bruce Campbell versus the Evil Dead. That was our trick, and you avoided it. Because the title card for Army of Darkness is Bruce Campbell versus the Army of Darkness.
Oh, that's fun.
Two of you said the Army versus the Army of the Evil Dead. 7 of you said the Medieval Dead, and the Medieval Dead is, in fact, the correct answer. As Bruce Campbell told Bill Warren for his book, The Evil Dead Companion, Evil Dead 2 was, quote, originally designed to go back into the past to 1300, but we couldn't muster it at the time, so we decided to make an interim version, not knowing if the 1300 story would ever get made. But that sort of gave birth to the title of The Medieval Dead, and Sam Raimi has given credit to the Army of Darkness. Thank you, Crowdper. Sam Raimi has given credit for the title Army of Darkness to Evil Dead 2's executive producer, Irvin Shapiro.
Oh, thank you so much, Irvin.
Thank you, Irvin. Irvins and Irvings doing great for Evil Dead and Star Wars.
Sam Raimi is nothing, if not Sam Raimi.
Oh, he's so Sam Raimi. You wouldn't believe how you can fit so many Sam Raimis in that bad boy.
You can fit so many Sam Raimis in this
As
Sam
you could
Raimi.
on our leaderboard, where S-Mart shareholder is in first, which makes sense because they gained the most points for getting it right. Necropolaconomicon in second. This is my blog stick in third. I wish Bruce Campbell was my dad in fourth. Groovoid in fifth. The Medieval Dead Fadsid in sixth. Groovy Walk Run in seventh. Vengeance!
Vengeance!
Vengeance in eighth. Lil Radio in ninth.
I dance.
Necronomicon phenomenon in 10th, and the Ancient Sumerian Book of the Misty in 11th. Oh, yes!
Joxer the Mighty.
Joxer the Mighty is a Xena character.
Okay, we gotta see Joxer the Mighty.
We do, and we're gonna see them in a still
What a name.
to avoid getting a copyright strike. And Joxer the Mighty was played by Ted Raimi, Sam Raimi's brother.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah, Joxer is a great character.
Aw, he looks so not mighty.
That's the joke.
That's so adorable. I love this.
He's not that smart and horrible at fighting, but he's a good friend and very trustworthy.
So friendship is magic.
Yeah, he's
in
one
this
of three
case.
identical triplets, with his brother as being Jet, a professional assassin, and Jace, a flamboyant performer.
Jace, Jaxer, and Jet.
Jace, Joxer, and Jet.
Jace, Joxer, and Jet.
Yeah, and he lives in Joxer's Tavern
Oh.
in Italia.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Good for him.
But Bruce Campbell was also in Xena.
Wasn't he the Mighty Hercules?
No, that was Kevin Sorbo. That was
Oh.
famed bad opinion haver Kevin Sorbo.
The flamboyant one.
He was Otacles, the king of the thieves, was Bruce Campbell.
Jingle and Jenks.
Yeah. Why did you give me the thumbnail? Mind Palace, what are you doing?
Disappointed!
That's Kevin Sorbo, yeah.
Yep.
And it's God's Not Dead 2's Kevin Sorbo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. It was the part of my Mind Palace that looks like Pinterest that's causing the problems.
Oh, I see. Everything's a little wonky right now with the interns rioting. I was going to say being on Riot, but that just sounds like Riot is like some sort of gaming app. Oh, I love him.
Well, Riot is a gaming app. It's what you play League of Legends in.
Oh.
Because Riot Games makes League of Legends.
I thought that it was like a date, you know, like Raya.
That's Raya. Yeah, Raya is the celebrity dating app. If I dated, I'd be on Raya.
Right now, the intern's on Riot.
Riot.
To try and, you know, get together and just do mayhem around
but see,
the studio.
They only want celebrities to take part in the riot, so you have to
Yes.
prove your level of famous in order to be on the Riot app.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's a very star-studded riot happening in the studio right now. Only the best at the Radio Free Multiverse studio.
And that's right, our bacon number got lower
Riot.
because Kevin Bacon is rioting in our studios.
That is true. Rioting right now.
Yeah. And then unfortunately there's a lot of Nepo rioters too, who like are on the app even though they didn't really do anything. Can you dream of being so lucky, Fluval?
Ride the Last Dragon dating app.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. Fluval, this might be a really fun segment.
Yeah, that'd be a fun way with a burner email to get ourselves banned from a dating app. I'm all on board.
The Nepo rioters.
Oh yeah,
So
I'm hearing word we got a copyright strike because the Men in Black are rioting in our studio.
they are rioting in our studio right now.
But unfortunately, they're beatboxing while rioting, and so it's tripping some alarms.
Exactly. Yeah, imagine swiping on a dating app and Fluval sees you. I mean, we do have your coordinates.
That's how your planet gets destroyed. I was like, what do
you see
know?
right before your planet gets destroyed.
You're trying to fornicate? No, thank you.
No!
I don't think so. Why was that so much louder than us? While your ears are bleeding, let's go to question 3. Which of these is not a real song from Evil Dead the Musical? All the men in my life keep getting killed by Kandarian demons. Do the Necronomicon. This is my boomstick, or what the fuck was that?
What the fuck was that?
3 of these are real songs from Evil Dead the Musical. 1 of them is not. Pick the one that is not a real song from Evil Dead the Musical. Shit, they did this in Des Moines. Shit.
So, I want to do What the Fuck Was That to the same tune as the Something Is Not Right song from Madeline. Do you remember this song, Fluval?
Sure, but why don't you remind me of it?
Something is not right. Something is quite wrong. And then the nun runs through the orphanage to go find the orphans because something is not right, or what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
Exactly, Missy. That's what we were saying at the top of the show.
That?
We brought that up. They had a splash zone for the fake blood.
The fuck was that?
And it has the version that we saw had screens. They had some digital magic sprinkled in with the performances, so you know we loved that.
Oh, we love this.
Yeah, let's see what everyone picked. One of you said, all the men in my life keep getting killed by Kandarian demons. 5 of you said, do the Necronomicon. 0 of you said, this is my boomstick. 5 of you said, ooh, what the fuck was that? Well, guess what? None of you got it right.
Suffer! Suffer!
I hit a bunch of buttons. Who knows what happened? The answer is that this is my boomstick, or the rest are all real. All the men in my life keep getting killed by Kandarian demons was part of the original 2003 production. And Do the Necronomicon and What the Fuck Was That are both in the original 2003 production and the current touring production.
Do the Necronomicon, do the Necronomicon, do the Necronomicon. And all of the demons dance.
So everyone lost points on that one. And that's an L. But don't worry. The ancient Sumerian Book of Missy lost the most points, losing 734 points. While Vengeance lost the least points, losing a mere 296 points. Race for last place, says Lil Sentient Radio.
Little sentient radio.
Little Sentient Radio. Well, let's go to question 4, the question you got a preview of earlier.
Oh.
Because I hit the wrong button. True or false, Sam Raimi broke Bruce Campbell's jaw when he accidentally hit him in the face with a camera. Is that true or is that false? Yeah, 7 with positive points is not bad.
True.
For how wild these questions have been. But
Very
true or
true.
false, Sam Raimi broke Bruce Campbell's jaw when he accidentally hit him in the face with a camera.
At least he didn't ask Bruce Campbell to put a hole in his cheek.
No, he didn't David Lynch it. Where David Lynch asked an actor to put a hole in their cheek so that gas could come out of it in Dune. And then they said no. And David Lynch said, well, I'd do it. I'd do it. Why won't you?
I'm sure you will.
I'd do it.
David.
Why can I suddenly not do a David Lynch impression? This rescue pod is hampering my powers.
I'm so sorry, Fluval. I would get right on it, but all of the interns are currently rioting, except for me.
Well, I'd do it. That's slightly better. It's not quite right. Whatever, let's see what you picked.
David Lynch is currently rioting.
10 of you said true, 1 of you said false. Only 1 of you got it right. The correct answer is false. Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi both specifically spread the rumor around that it was true as a bit. They told everyone that this happened. But
that was sentient radio!
But at Dallas Fan Days Comic-Con, Bruce Campbell came clean and admitted that it never happened.
Oh, ho, ho. Right, Christina? Hi, my name is Intern Kristie. Hello. I am the one intern that is close enough to Fluval.
Yes.
That I am slightly superior to all of the other interns, despite still being a lowly third-dimensional being and lower than Fluval. And therefore, I stick with Fluval the same way. Whole classes, South Americans.
Exactly.
Stick with the billionaires.
This proves you are not immune to Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell's propaganda. And yeah, there's so many Arthurs rioting right now. There's so many Arthurs rioting right now.
So many Arthurs.
Hundreds of Arthurs.
They all found each other. Most of them are dating each other right now. It's getting strange.
An overabundance of Arthurs.
Thank you so much. I'm Intern Kristie. Thank you so much.
Intern Kandarian Dagger.
Thank you so much, Fluval. I'm Intern Kristie.
Why don't we move on to question number 5? Army of Darkness shares a shooting location with which of these Star Trek episodes? Arena, Friday's Child, Shore Leave, or The Alternative Factor. Pick which of these episodes Army of Darkness shares a shooting location with. This is teed up right for Missy. Maybe if you did podcasts, I would have trivia questions that are teed up for you.
I mean, Missy, I'm going to say that it did. But not in the way that you might think.
I love how torn Missy is on answering this question.
I love all this suffering that's happening right now. It's beautiful. Good job, Fluval.
A pretty even spread on this one. 3 of you said Arena. 3 of you said Friday's Child. 3 of you said Shore Leave. 1 of you said The Alternative Factor. And the correct answer is all of them, because Missy's right. They all filmed in the same place. They all filmed at Vasquez Rocks in Los Angeles. And that was also the shooting location in Army of Darkness for this scene where Ash learns the hallowed words Klaatu, Varata, Nikto.
Massive W's!
See?
It's Vasquez Rocks.
Here they are.
Look at those rocks.
And fun fact, they eventually go on in Picard to appear as themselves.
Oh, I love that.
On Picard, they're finally used as Vasquez Rocks because someone happens to live at Vasquez Rocks.
Wow. Oh, I love that.
Yes, it is totally where they kill Bill and Ted as well. Yeah, it's an iconic place. We will have to film something there one of the times we're in that area.
I feel like they definitely require a permit.
I don't think so.
Really?
Probably.
We'll see.
We'll find out. You're probably right. As is our leaderboard, because everyone got that question right.
I mean, we'd also be like, we would have our stealth future cameras.
That's
like,
sort of the thing. I don't think
phones.
they could see us.
Yeah.
But S-Mart Shareholder is in first. This is my blog stick in second. Necropala Konamicon in third. Yeah, as long as we don't show any music videos, we'll be fine. Bruce Campbell was my dad in fourth. Groovoid in fifth. Low Radio in sixth. Groovy Walk Run in seventh. Vengeance in eighth. Medieval Dead Fatson in ninth. The Ancient Sumerian Book of the Misty in 10th. Necronomicon Phenomenon in 11th. And Moinus hurling a boulder at Fluval in Vasquez Rocks. Exactly. Yes. Jas is the only person to not get points because Jas didn't answer that question. Pug, why are you watching?
Pug, make sure that it's as loud as possible.
Yeah, make sure it's as loud as possible.
I want everyone in the location that you're at to be able to hear it.
This is our first time having someone in our captive audience, and I'm excited for that.
Exactly. We need to make sure that everyone, wherever, we know where Pug is.
We know where Pug is.
Because we know where all of you are.
We know where all of you are.
We have your coordinates.
Yeah, as we say every week.
But we want to make sure everyone in Pug's location
knows that the Pug is watching this show.
Can hear us.
And can hear us.
Because we would love to extract the suffering of as many beings as possible.
And all of you who are there should support us at patreon.com/radiofreemultiverse. Give us money!
Give us money!
Yes, it became a Dracula voice
It's
instead
like
of a hypnotism.
voice. It's like a vampire, I want your money!
Yes. As I want your question 6. Which horror prop appears in Evil Dead 2? Freddy Krueger's glove, a Jason Voorhees mask, Michael Myers mask, or the lament configuration? Which of these props appears in Evil Dead 2?
Level lament configuration.
Now, you brought up Hellraiser earlier, and you didn't even know.
I love how dedicated to evil puzzle boxes Clive Barker is.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
All of the above?
No. No, blog. It's not all of the above.
Crashing through the window?
We would never do 2 all of the above questions back to back.
A moose!
A moose. A chainsaw.
A moose swimming in the water.
4 of you. We're out of time, right? Yeah. 4 of you said Freddy Krueger's glove. 3 of you said Jason Voorhees' mask. None of you said Michael Myers' mask. And 2 of you said the lament configuration. The correct answer is, of course, Freddy Krueger's glove. As highlighted by Mental Floss, quote, when Ash storms the nearby workshed to arm himself for a showdown with the Deadites, keen horror fans can spot an Easter egg hanging on the wall. It's the razor glove belonging to Freddy Krueger, the 1980s horror movie icon of a Nightmare Before Elm Street franchise. The glove is part of a long-standing tradition between
Nightmare
Raimi.
on Elm Street?
What did I say?
A Nightmare Before Elm Street.
No, I didn't. If that's what you heard it wrong.
I heard it so wrong. I heard it as if it was A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nope.
But instead it was
Razor
A Nightmare
glove
on
to Freddy Krueger, the 1980s horror movie icon of a Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. The glove was part of a long-standing tradition between Raimi and Nightmare director Wes Craven, with the two through referencing the other's work in shots. Raimi included a poster for 1977's The Hills Have Eyes in the original Evil Dead, when heroine Nancy stays up to watch a horror movie on television. In 1984's The Nightmare on Elm Street, she tunes into the Evil Dead. Raimi then added Freddy's glove, which can be seen in the workshed, the cabin's fruit cellar, and even on an episode of Ash vs. Evil Dead. Decades later.
Decades. Who's Earthworm Jim?
A supersuit did fall. He's a worm who got a supersuit.
Oh, okay.
He says groovy.
We're going to hear about him on next week's with the
worm.
former randoms. We got to make a Nightmare on Christmas now. Yeah.
This is the glove. See right there?
Oh!
Yeah, there's the glove. That's true. We ever talked about that on the show before.
Nevernomicon. Oh.
Where is my super suit?
Where is my worm super suit?
But also, I realized that was question 6.
Week.
Which means...
Week.
That was question 6, which means another question was question 5. Which means it's time for... That's right, we brought it to the pod.
That's right. I was able to grab one thing quickly as I fled the studio amid screams of pain and pleasure and flames coming from everywhere. I was able to grab only the tank with Fluval in it.
Well, you didn't even grab me. I'm beaming in remotely.
Never mind. Well, I didn't need to grab you because you're 5th dimensional. I grabbed this and I held it under my arm. Just like Theseus escaping the city of Troy with his grandmother on his back.
We temporarily abandoned the studio. We fled the studio during the intern riots.
Pain!
Because, of course, the intern riots are helping set the stage for the Bell riots.
Pain for the lost children.
And the Bell riots, which, of course, are destined to happen in San Francisco quite soon.
Studio was fled. Bell riots about to happen. Incredible. Thank you so much. My name is Intern Kristie. Thank you
Yeah,
so
but
much.
you know what's going to be fun? You have to keep track of all these things across 2 locations now.
Don't we just love suffering here?
Yeah.
We love to suffer here in the studio, in the pod.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Our first ticket tonight.
And I'd just like to note, I've delegated all keeping track of tickets responsibilities to intern Kandarian Dagger here.
This is a good idea.
It's what's happened.
This is a good idea.
It's the reality of what's happened.
Our first ticket, 396-868. 396-868. Our second ticket of the night, 396-596. 596. Our next ticket, 396-588. Has no one got a ticket yet?
Blog has 3, that's one of them.
Oh my god!
Blog has 596.
Well, I'm so glad that on this pod we have the tickets, but no writing implements with which I can use to keep track.
Well,
of the fact that this
you
is
better go
blogs.
explore around the pod and find one. Wow.
Oh no! Our next ticket.
Well, wait. Because maybe maybe another intern has one somewhere here.
Yeah, maybe another intern stuck one somewhere.
Yeah. Nope.
Apparently not. I will remember.
No, you won't.
Fluval, why you go? Oh, wait, actually I do.
Oh my god.
Wait, oh no. I have one right here in front of me on the pod. I labeled it and everything.
No, I know that would work, but the point is that it's not something Fluval has to think about.
596, 596. Amazing, amazing. Okay. Our next ticket, 396.
Yeah.
785.
Just to let you know, Fluval could think about it, but Fluval chooses not to because Fluval would rather think about trivia and stuff.
Well, yeah, Fluval, you are too glorious.
It's not I couldn't microwave a burrito so hot I couldn't eat it. I just wouldn't eat it because matter consumption is disgusting.
Exactly. And our final ticket of the night.
What?
396 949.
396949 is the final ticket of the night.
949.
Is Blog our only big winner?
Is Blog our only winner?
I like the Blog wins on this and it's not in Crabper.
Yeah.
Oh, 949 is Fool.
949! Yes!
Fool.
All right, so I don't know. It's going to be tricky getting these through the dimensional veil.
Yeah.
But they'll get there eventually.
Allow for delays in us piercing the dimensional veil, because we're just in a little pod.
We're just in a little pod.
We're just in a little pod.
We're just in this little pod.
We're just in this little pod right now. Oh, you can see the dimensional veil behind Intern Kandarian Dagger. See, the dimensional veil's right behind you.
Yeah.
Through that tinted window.
Right there. Right there, that's the veil.
But we have to make sure it goes. We can't just toss it in the veil and hope it goes to the right place. It's a little more targeted than that.
Yeah, it's a lot less like throwing a balled up piece of paper into your office trash can.
Yeah, you don't go Kobe and then throw it in the dimensional veil. I mean, our thought to call it an E-blow just isn't working.
E-blow.
Why don't we go now to question numbers? A bulg.
Big.
No, a bulg.
Bulg.
Bulg. Bulgthvin.
Bulgthvin.
Bulgthin, as we go to question number 7. Ash has appeared in which of these video games? Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, Dead by Daylight, Fortnite, or Poker Night 2?
Wow, I like how Poker Night gets a sequel.
Yeah, it was the sequel to Poker Night. You heard of Poker Night. Well, get ready. What if it was Poker Night 2?
Two
This
poker.
time it's pokerier.
Two poker, tonight.
Two poker, tonight.
Ooh, we got something sent to an intern.
Is it Intern Forest?
I hope it's Intern Forest.
If it's Intern Forest, it'll be easier to track down. It is not Intern Forest.
Let's see if Intern Emily Pineapple.
Send it to Intern Forest.
Okay, Intern Emily Pineapple got it.
Okay, good. Well, hopefully Intern Emily Pineapple can pass it on to you.
She's currently rioting on the studio right now.
Then maybe...
But I'm
it's
able to see all of their emails.
No, it's just the numbers. It's just the numbers.
Okay.
It's just the numbers. Well, let's see. Blog put in an early bet that they're all of them. And is it all of them?
Is it all of them?
It is all of them.
It's all of them. It's all of them.
And seen here is Poker Night 2. Because the games don't care.
Games don't care.
Whatever happened to that nice Sheila lady you rescued from the Deadites back in the 14th century?
Wow.
No idea.
Yeah.
Venture Bros guy?
Yeah, it features Sam from Sam and Max, Brock Samson from the Venture Brothers, and Claptrap from Borderlands. GLaDOS is the dealer.
Oh my god.
And it even features a cameo from Steve the Bandit, who's voiced by Mikey Newman from Movies with Mikey.
So are you telling me that this was like the original Fortnite?
Kinda. Yeah.
Or it was the original Marvel vs. Capcom?
No, Marvel vs. Capcom is older.
Along with all but one of her heirs.
What?
Ah, damn.
What was the one that let you play all of the characters, though? Is it Marvel vs. Capcom?
What?
Because it's like one of those things where it has all the characters from all the different things. This is like the proto Space Jam 2.
Oh yeah, they should have done Card Jam.
Card Jam!
Yeah, Ash was in Poker Night 2 at launch in 2013 alongside Sam from Sam and Max.
The original Multiverse.
Yeah. Well, and Mikey Newman is in it, like I said, because he still worked on the Borderlands series at the time, and so he voiced Claptrap.
A lot of dialogue for poker. True. Well, the original Warner's Multiverses.
Yeah, and the Warner's Multiverses.
Donkey Kong. You could play all of the characters in Donkey Kong?
No, you could just play Mario and Donkey Kong eventually. This is Ash in Call of Duty.
Love that.
Better known as Ash Williams or simply Ash, or Ash Joanna Williams, is an operator for the Spec Groove faction featured in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, 3, and Warzone 2.0. It looks more like it's specifically Evil Dead 2 Ash, and it does look like that specific era of Bruce Campbell, which is impressive.
Yeah.
And there's also... Well, I could have sworn I had video of that, but I don't. But he has brutal kills to finish off all the people he fights in the war simulator, Call of Duty.
Wonderful. Love that.
And then he's also in Dead by Daylight, which makes a little bit more sense.
Because there's
because it's a horror franchise.
Undead people.
It's a horror movie franchise. And he's one of the survivors you can play as, and his role is he's a lone wolf, and they got Bruce Campbell back for almost all of these, too.
Bruce Campbell trivia win.
Oh, we could do a lot. Oh.
You're picking Fluval's brain right here. He's getting the good fishy itches.
We could talk about his appearance on the Ellen Show.
Yeah.
We could talk about Briscoe County Jr. There's a lot there.
Bruce is available. Can you play as his Spider-Man characters anywhere?
No, you can't play as his iconic Spider-Man characters, including Pizza Chef, or Pizza Daddy, and
all the Bruces. Bubba Hotep and
No, you can't play as Elvis either. And of course, as we've seen, he's
he's on Burn Notice.
Yeah.
I loved Burn Notice.
Oh yeah, and John Hodgman was his literary agent, and that was sort of some of John Hodgman's first... Like, John Hodgman was his literary agent when he published If Chins Could Talk. Or is it If Chins Could Kill?
If Chins Could Kill.
It's If Chins Could Kill, Confessions of a B-Movie Actor.
I love that.
Which was that was one of his big book. Oh, he narrates it, too. Oh, I'd have to listen to that. And Hodgman helped make that happen. And then he also has Hail to the Chin, Further Confessions of a B-Movie Actor. and make love the Bruce Campbell way.
Master Builder episode of Blank Check Trivia when?
Come in!
Come in!
That's great. Every question is just come in, and every answer option is come in, and you have to pick the right one. On Burn Notice, actors become agents. I mean, Burn Notice probably had someone who was on Farscape, the show that premiered on the 9 Network in Australia.
Probably.
That was a co-production with Jim Henson Productions.
I would be a little surprised if there wasn't.
On that question, the ancient Sumerian Book of Missy gained the most points, gaining 910 points, because Missy did a fortnight, so that makes sense. And then Necropala Konomicon gained the least points, gaining a mere 513 as you go to question number 8. Which TV icon played Ash's father, Brock Williams, on Ash vs. Evil Dead? Lee Majors, Peter Falk, Richard Dean Anderson, or Tom Selleck? I agree that come in bit is a great one. I've seen BoJack Horseman.
I've seen all of BoJack Horseman.
Yeah, he's in that too.
Many times.
But he's in that too.
He is. He plays
BoJack.
BoJack.
Yeah, in the movie.
About BoJack.
About BoJack. But do you know who plays Ash's father, Brock Williams?
No, I don't. But I love the name Brock.
Brock. I like it because it makes it sound like he is the Rock Gym Pokemon Master.
Yeah, exactly. My dinner with Andre.
Yeah, that's right. They all play him. He's a shapeshifter.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see what you picked. 6 of you said Lee Majors. 0 of you said Peter Falk. There's one more thing. 0 of you said Richard Dean Anderson, and 4 of you said Tom Selleck. Brack Williams.
Wait, I have a question.
What?
Richard Dean Anderson is Columbo?
No, Peter Falk is Columbo.
Oh, okay.
Richard Dean Anderson is in Stargate. He's the first...
he's MacGyver.
And he's MacGyver, yeah. He's not Columbo at all.
Okay.
No, Peter Falk is Columbo and the storyteller in The Princess Bride.
Who's Lee Majors?
The $6 Million Man.
Oh, okay. And Tom Selleck is disappointed.
No, that's Kevin Sorbo who's disappointed. Tom Selleck is Magnum P.I.
Oh, okay.
And the star of Blue Bloods, that incredibly highly viewed show that no one acknowledges exists because the people who like it are older and not online. That would be great, Lena.
Yes.
Let's see we saw what everyone picked. The correct answer is Lee Majors, who starred in The $6 Million Man and The Fall Guy. He was the star in The Fall Guy, the TV show that was recently adapted into the movie, The Fall Guy, with Ryan Gosling. Yeah, it was based on a 1970s TV show.
Well, hey.
Which is why it was really funny when people were singing the praises of Fall Guy as the, return of original adult movies. And it's like, well, no, it's also IP. It's just IP no one cares about.
That was a good point. Blue Bloods not half bad for as cop shows go.
And it's not half bad as far as cop shows go. And
has.
Scrooged as himself, that's true. He wasn't Scrooged.
Yeah.
He wasn't Scrooged. As was our leaderboard, where this is my blog stick in first place.
Oh!
Necropala Konomicon in second. S-Mart Shareholder down to third because this is my blog stick. Got the most points for getting that correct, 884. And Lowell Radio lost the most points, losing 808 points.
808.
But at least there's some great electronic drums. As we go to question number 9, the penultimate question. Which horror icons support helped convince New Line Cinema to purchase the distribution rights for The Evil Dead? I think he is, yeah. 909s are better, that's fair. George Romero, John Carpenter, Stephen King, or Wes Craven. Which horror icons support helped convince New Line Cinema to purchase the distribution rights for The Evil Dead? I feel like this was alluded to earlier. It wasn't. At least not knowingly.
I don't think so, Flu.
I don't think this was alluded to at all. So
did we talk about
any of? Oh, we talked about Wes Craven. It came up in the A Nightmare on Elm Street question.
And John Carpenter, because the Michael Myers mask,
right,
was one of the possible answers.
Hoping it's the New Line Master. Is that Peter Jackson in glasses where the eyes are on springs and pop out, and he offers hints? You'll never guess what band's movie I'll be remastering next. But here's a hint for you. They get back. Oh, it's the Beatles again. Great. Let's see what you picked. 2 said George Romero. 1 said John Carpenter. 1 said Stephen King. 6 said Wes Craven. The correct answer is Stephen King, meaning only Medieval Dead Fadson got it right. 796 points. Necronomicon Phenomenon lost the most points, losing 889 points. Don't boo me, I'm right.
I mean, Fluval is right.
I am right, and to further prove it, let's take a look at his review. So Stephen King saw Evil Dead at the Cannes Film Festival after producer Irvin Shapiro managed to get it accepted into the prestigious film festival, and JoeBlow.com has the letter posted. One of their readers transcribed. Exactly. Only the man who co-directed a movie with cocaine featuring a Green Goblin trap. But here we go. The Evil Dead. The Evil Dead. Why you have... Also, they spelled Stephen King wrong. But The Evil Dead, why you haven't seen it, and why you ought to. When I met Sam Raimi at the Cannes Film Festival in May of 1982, my first thought was that this fellow was one of 3 things: a busboy, a runaway American high school student, or a genius. He wasn't a busboy, and Raimi finished high school some time ago, although he has the sort of ageless sophomore looks that are going to keep bartenders asking to see his driver's license or state liquor card until he is at least 35. That he is a genius remains unproven. That he has made the most ferociously original horror film of 1982 is beyond doubt. The only problem is that you may never see it. Farnsworth Wright, the legendary editor of Weird Tales in the 1930s, admitted, with some reluctance, that he rejected one single story, on the grounds that it might well be too gruesome for current tastes. The Tale, by William Hope Hodgson, had to do with a maniac who was killing people and turning them into soup. Lou's Soup Pinatas. This same idea formed the basis for Stanley Ellen's classic debut story, The Specialty of the House, some 15 years later. When it's too much, Wright says, class doesn't matter. This may be the case with Raimi's film. Get out of here, little movie playing in the corner. I don't care about the Your Departed review. This may be the case with Raimi's film, The Evil Dead. Take a good look at the accompanying stills, dear reader, because most of the large American film distribution nets have passed on Raimi's independently financed film. The latest to pass was Paramount, which distributed the hugely successful, if brainless, Friday the 13th. Their verdict, like Wright's, was that too much was just too much. Raimi...
Stephen Klingon?
Raimi, a Michigan native now quartered near Detroit, was 20 when he directed and wrote The Evil Dead. He was also one of the cameramen, assisted in the first half of the film by Tim Philo. His producer, Rob Tappert, was 26. The gruesome special effects were achieved in tandem by Tom Sullivan, 24, and Bart Pierce, who was all of 30. The 5 stars were college kids. The film was shot in 16mm and blown up to 35 for theatrical release. The resulting effect is grainy but oddly apt. The film has a weirdly convincing documentary look that no one has seen since George Romero's Night of the Living Dead, a film Raimi admits was a strong influence. The Evil Dead has a strong, stupid power of a good campfire story, but its simplicity itself is not a side effect. It is something carefully crafted by Raimi, who is anything but stupid. 5 college students on a holiday, 2 boys and 3 girls, find a deserted cabin and an ancient book, a Lovecraftian Book of the Dead, that turns them into unkillable zombies one by one until only the film's star, Bruce Campbell, is left. The only way to get rid of these zombies, the Evil Dead, is by dismemberment. Luckily, the chainsaw is handy, and it doesn't sound like much. Well, neither does Hansel and Gretel or Bluebeard in the hands of an untalented teller. What Raimi achieves in The Evil Dead is a black rainbow of horror.
Black rainbow.
The makeup of his zombies is derivative of Dick Smith's in The Exorcist. His plot is derivative from Romero's Dead movies. Even dismemberment as the antidote is derivative of these. Remember the idiotic sheriff in Night intoning that you had to burn him or shoot him, but they move slow, they're dead, they're all messed up? And a small troupe of actors ranges from the merely adequate Ellen Sandweiss and Betsy Baker to the fairly good Bruce Campbell, and in particular Hal Delrick, who brings the happy beer-swilling fraternity scuzzo to gruesome life. Hal Delrick, by the way, ended up being a presenter on QVC.
Oh!
So what's going on here? Mostly what's going on is Sam Raimi, who's so full of talent that somebody unable to get it together might be tempted to wonder if gobbling the man's fingernails could possibly do any good. In Evil Dead, the camera has a nightmarish fluidity that we associate with the early John Carpenter. It dips and slides and zooms in so fast you want to plaster your hands up over your eyes. The film begins and ends with crazy, exhilarating shots that make you want to leap up cheering. At Cannes, French cinema freaks did exactly that. I love calling Cannes film people You French cinema freaks. In the first, we're skimming giddily over a swamp. In the last, we come plunging madly down a wooded hill into that damned deserted cabin where all the madness, dismemberment, and lunacy occurred. This was no Steadicam imported at $5,000 a day as in The Shining. It was instead what Raimi and company ingeniously called a shaky cam. He describes it in the offhanded manner that a wunderkind might explain how he made an atom smasher out of a couple of Campbell's soup cans for the Hicksville Science Fair. We couldn't afford a Steadicam, so we improvised. We mounted the camera in the middle of a 2x4 about 15 feet long. A couple of guys grabbed it, one on either end, and they just ran by like hell. In some of Evil Dead's other eye, popping shots, Raimi or Philo carried the camera, which weighed around 10 pounds, strapped to one hand. Somebody ought to tell Kubrick, Spielberg, et al. There's nothing to this stuff. Just bolt the camera to a 2x4 and run like hell. There's so much more of this.
Wow, what a wonderful review.
The Evil Dead was basically a cottage production, much like Night of the Living Dead, which made its appearance in less difficult, read, pre-MPAA times. And so he talks about it, but basically it's... I love it. I think it rules. And the film deserves to be shown in the theater near you.
Wonderful. It does.
It does, and it was. As was our leaderboard, where This Is My Blog Stick is in first, Necropoliconomicon in second, Medieval Dead Fadson in third, S-Mart Shareholder in fourth, Groovy Walk Run in fifth, The Ancient Sumerian Book of the Missy in sixth, I Wish Bruce Campbell Was My Dad in seventh, Vengeance in eighth, Groovoid in ninth, Little Radio in 10th, and Necronomicon Phenomenon
Yeah.
bringing up the rear in 11th place. I heard that. You didn't
Oh.
at home, but I heard the scream.
Yeah, I heard it too. Was it maybe... Oh, it looks like there was an intern holding on to the back of the pod.
Yeah, there sure was. They're gone now. Bye! As we go to our final question. Place your wager now. This question is related to The Evil Dead.
Oh, what a great hint.
Yes, yes,
Great hints.
yes.
Flip.
I am the hint master, you might say.
You might.
I would.
But
I'm not sponsored by Whiteout Athletics. The cowardly default is half. I wish I could make it default to just all points, so unless you specifically lowered it, you were all in, baby.
All in, baby. Baby.
You're gonna hear, oh, what? To not play blog?
Hoo-hoo.
Ugh.
Usual winning strap.
Well, let's see if it's a winning strat. The Necronomicon Ex Mortis appears in which Friday the 13th movie?
Oh.
Jason Goes to Hell, Jason Lives, Jason X, or The New Blood.
The New Blood?
It's a Friday the 13th movie, yeah.
Wait, okay.
No, Friday the 13th, The New Blood.
But, so we know when Jason goes to hell, he goes to hell.
Yes, and if Jason Lives, he lives, and in Jason X, he goes to space.
And in The New Blood, he gets new blood?
I think it's the one where the killer isn't Jason. Or one of the one. It's the one where like an imposter Jason who has a hockey mask with blood on it.
Oh.
And by I think, I mean I know.
Yeah,
and
the
I'm
only
waiting
one
for
I've
one
seen
of
is
you to
Axe.
acknowledge to get it correct.
He gets a transfusion, you know. Ooh, they were trying to expand the franchise.
No, wait, this is Jason. This is also Jason. Yeah, a psychic girl calls him forth from the bottom of the lake.
Oh, that's fun.
Why would you be annoyed if it's New Blood, Single Walk Run?
Yeah, why?
Why would you be annoyed if it were New Blood? Sound off why that would make you suffer.
Yeah, why would that make you suffer?
Sound off in the chat why you would suffer if it's the New Blood.
Yeah, why would you suffer?
Is it
Tell
because
me.
we talk so much about it, so it kind of feels... Oh, because you didn't pick it. Well, that's a reason. That's a reason for it to be annoying.
Yep.
Let's see what you picked. 4 said Jason Goes to Hell. 3 said Jason Lives. 2 said Jason X. None said The New Blood. Yeah, you picked the other 3 exactly. Well, the correct answer is Jason Goes to Hell.
All the way to hell.
The film's director said that he included the Adam Marcus says he included the Necronomicon to imply that Jason is a Deadite.
Yay!
He told Horror Geek Life, quote, Pamela Voorhees makes a deal with the devil by reading from the Necronomicon to bring back her son. this is why Jason isn't Jason. He's Jason plus the Evil Dead. And now I can believe that he can go from a little boy that lives in the lake to a full-grown man in a couple of months to zombie Jason, to never being able to kill the guy. That, to me, is way more interesting as a mashup. And Raimi loved it. He also said that he had to keep the idea close to his chest because, quote, it's not like I could tell New Line my plan to include the Evil Dead because they don't own the Evil Dead. So it had to be an Easter egg, and I did focus on it. There's a whole scene that includes the book, and I hope people would get it and figure out that's what I'm up to. So yes, in my opinion, Jason Voorhees is a Deadite. He's one of the Evil Dead.
Trixie, we tricksed you, Wizworld.
Yeah, you fell into my trap, Awareness. I love when people fall into my traps.
Yes, it's always wonderful when that happens.
It is truly wonderful when that happens. It's also truly wonderful when we get to see who won our game of trivia.
Oh my!
In third place,
God.
It's none other than this is my blog stick.
This is their blog stick.
In second, it's Medieval Dead Fadson.
Medieval Dead Fadson.
And in first place, it's Necropala Konamika.
Necropala Namana. That one.
Congratulations, Opala Koala. Send your address to Intern Forest or Intern Emily Pineapple.
I think we have theirs.
We do, but if it's changed.
Oh, yeah. If it's changed, definitely.
Update us so that we make sure that when things go through the dimensional veil, it finds you in the right place.
Precisely. And
That's
everyone
cool.
who won and is a patron,
be patient.
Be patient. We love you.
Yeah, there's going to be a bit of a delay in getting your stuff. But if you're not a patron, it's still a great time to join us at patreon.com. You just get the ticket and it's not a raffle.
Oh, you mean the one that you paid to enter?
You didn't pay to enter it. I don't need this right now. But support us at patreon.com/radiofreemultiverse, where you can Bezos! A little bit of everything all the time.
Just a little bit about
They also advertised a Christian school on here once too.
Oh my god!
Hey blog, I don't know where that money went, but that wasn't what we did. But support us at patreon.com/radiofreemultiverse to help keep the pod in the air as we're making our way through the dimensional veil. Because there's some dangerous pockets here.
Dangerous pockets.
And you know who lives in one of those dangerous pockets?
Who?
Mr. Mitzel Pitlick. Which is appropriate because next week on Grand Trivia, it's DC Trivia 2. Look at me go.
Wow. Look at you go.
Look at me go. I'm a super friend. What did I say? Oh, yeah, I sent him back to his dimension. I don't care. DC Trivia 2 coming next week on Grand Trivia. It's all about direct current and the District of Columbia.
Yep. Why does Aquaman need a jet ski? 5 questions all about that one cafe. And where is it? South Korea?
It's not South Korea.
Singapore?
I think it's Singapore.
Amazing.
Maybe that'll be one of the questions. You gotta do research to find out. But you know what you also should look into? This week on Wizworld Live in the Gallery Abyssal.
The Gallery Abyssal.
Goddamn Emily Ann.
Wow, what an interesting looking being.
Who looks quite similar, will be appearing on the show.
Wow.
Friday at 8 p.m.
so
Pacific
cool.
at watch.wizworldlive.com.
Be there.
Be there. You won't want to miss it.
You won't.
Yeah, Missy Pitlick would be a really good name for Missy on DC Trivia.
Wouldn't it be funny if Blog took the name before Missy could make it?
There's also a blog where you can support Wizworld Live without any of your money getting into Bezos' hands.
Mm-hmm.
We already did blog.
Yeah, we've already blown up at
But
least
you know
one.
what? Sure.
We can always blow up
We can always
planets.
blow up planets. It is
can-
miniaturized spaceship,
Always.
miniaturized RFM station tech.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
like the Last Jedi all over again. Hopefully no
Yeah.
one comes here with a snow speeder.
Kaboom.
Kaboom! Couldn't stop us. Couldn't stop us, Finn. Couldn't stop us with your little speeder. I don't think so. I don't think so. And our pod will sail on through the dimensional void, and we'll
Yes.
see you next week.
We will.
Because we have your
We have them. We know where you
coordinates.
are.
Fluval, 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 Here he comes, swimming closer than farther away.